How's it going? Today is 23rd of May, Thursday, and we are taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities we can find. I was taking a look at some of the press releases, that the UK's government press releases, and let's delve what I believe would be important. That would be UK-Taiwan Organic Equivalence Memorandum of Understanding. That would be signing of the UK and Taiwan Organic Equivalent Memorandum of Understanding enables Taiwanese consumers to enjoy organic products from UK, which would be great, I think. I haven't read it yet, right? So it's something that was signed, I think, yesterday, or they have agreed on some of the measures, right? So let's take a look at those. From there, let's take a look at what China is doing at the same time, and let's touch on US. So I'm interested in understanding chicken and what's happening with the UK and US agreement of chicken, chlorinated chicken. That's something I myself I haven't read it, by the way, so I thought might as well read it, some of those articles, and I will try to understand it. It's something I like to cover within today's video. To further strengthen trade ties between UK and Taiwan, Memorandum of Understanding of Organic Products was signed virtually by, okay, there's a name there, representative by British Office Taipei, and Representative Vincent. Okay. Let's skip names. On 22nd of May. Okay, I thought it would be in person, but either way, this is the first phase of mutual recognition of organic standards between UK and Taiwan. Organic products that meet the standard will be able to access one another's market. Okay, so this would be exchange taking or trade taking place, right? That would be a memorandum of understanding, and there's a lot of notes and important information, as well as if it's something yourself you're interested in taking part, perhaps you can reach out. There's an email address or do a little bit of research, and you would be able to find all this information, right? Once that's been said, let's progress and let's take a look at what China is doing at the same time. It's just something that I have recently found, right? So, the article that was published an hour ago. That China holds military drills around Taiwan's and North strong punishment. Okay. I don't know if it's important in just a training, right? I don't know the reasoning for holding a training and all of these kind of things, but would that be anything raising tensions, right? I don't know. So there's some agreements currently being signed. Perhaps there's a lot of business opportunities in the area, right? From there, let's progress. If anything, what I'm most interested in understanding that is chicken. Yeah, since UK historically always struggling to grow its own chicken. So this summer, I think it's gonna be the same case. UK won't gonna have enough chicken. It's always happening, right? So myself, I'm looking to understand why and what's wrong with chlorinated chicken. So let's read the article on that. Perhaps Taiwan or other countries can import more chicken to UK in this instance, right? I'm just taking a look at some of those articles. I haven't read any of those, but there were a lot of news in the articles about UK leaving EU and UK potentially having more control of trade, and where EU is sometimes interested in importing all kind of things, right? In this instance, EU not looking for chicken, right? But perhaps UK might be interested in. And there was something in news articles about dirty US meat could float into UK after Brexit trade deal. So there's a lot of that. So well, if anything, I'm not that interested in this article. Perhaps there's dirty, or depending on some of the players in the market, or whatever case might be, right? Instead of reading this article, let's take a look and let's try to understand instead chlorinated chicken. What is chlorinated chicken instead? Rather, if we can, let's try to understand chlorinated chicken and explain why do Americans treat their poultry with chlorine. It's 6 minutes read. Let's try to understand this article instead, right? That the chlorinated treatment is safe to use, say, US regulators, but there is a lot of resistance to idea in Europe. So I haven't read it right, so I'm looking to understand it. Myself, if anything, I do not agree with Americans importing manure. So why they need to send chicken and manure? I disagree on so many levels, right? If you would ask me, right? But before I do that, let's be more informative, I guess. Let's try to understand the entire thing first. The prospect of UK accepting US chicken treaty with chlorine in order to secure lucrative trade deal has gone everyone in the right old flap. Concerns that UK may have to accept lower standards on improved meat as part of any post-Brexit trade deal have been raised over since last year's EU referendum. So this article was published some time ago, right? Ministers have previously insisted that the ban on chlorine chicken will be upheld. However, amendments that will have enshrined existing food standards law were voted down when the government agriculture bill passed through the Commons. The government is now looking to imposing a dual tariff system that will impose different level of duty on imported foods, depending on whether they're compliant with UK animal welfare food manufacturing standards. So just that is called Korean chicken, and why it's something that exists in the US but not over here. Over here that would be UK, right? But the person writing this article, I think the person is from US for whatever reason, right? Once that been said, let's progress. What is chlorine chicken? Chlorine chicken is chlorine treated chicken. Refers to a chicken that has been treated with antibiotical raisins in order to remove harmful bacteria. These raisins are often referred to as pathogens reduction treatment. Okay, okay, I see a lot of reasons why not to do it already. Because bacteria would adapt, all these kind of things. But either way, let's first. After birds are slaughtered and the carcers uh, viscerated, they are extended and then undergo the final washing procedure where chemicals are applied as a spray or wash over processing line or as additional to the water used to lower the craze temperature. Okay, okay. So they just would wash entire thing. I don't know. I don't know. There are many reasons why, perhaps different practices, and we are taking a look at other governments. In this case, Taiwan, right? So perhaps they would send to UK different type of processed chicken, right? So not necessarily washed with chlorine, right? Organic, right? Quote unquote. But either way, so let's progress. Why it's used in US to help manage pathogens like Salmonella and all Campylobacteria and protect consumers from infections. According to a report from there is a names there. Let's keep all these names. I don't know if it's reputable sources, but either way, let's forget. Why is chlorine treatment ban over here? The EU and US have long-running dispute over imports of chlorine-treated poultry, which EU member states have refused to accept since 1997. The feud has resulted in proceeding before the World Trade Organization, as remains major bone of contention in EU and US trade resolutions. Okay, so again, the author of this article is from US, so this person is leaning towards perhaps pitching this idea. So I'm not pitching, I disagree. By the way, my opinion disagree. It's very important, therefore, that all the people are eating are very, very important. By the way, so once that been said, let go these birds wild in the nature. So small groups, perhaps not packed in the factories, right? Where is a lot of bacteria running wild and free, I guess, and a lot of infections can happen. But either way. One of the EU key concerns is that the use of microbial treatments like chlorine washes components for full hygiene behavior elsewhere is the supply chain. For example, on farms, I know the consumers are better protected by a system that doesn't allow processors the simple get out of the treating the chicken with chemicals. As a result of the EU processes are only allowed to use cold air and water to decontaminate poultry carcasses. Okay. So then you need to shift temperature potentially if you need to. That's myself rephrasing it the way how I understand it, right? So potentially you would like to keep a meat uh, below 5 or so, and you don't want to raise that meat's temperature for many reasons, warming it up once again, right? So there's a lot of reasons. So entire system and treatment would potentially antibiotic treatment and all chlorine wash. I can see reasons why perhaps that's not the best way to process it, but the professionals and research have been done to understand a little bit better. I don't know if it's worth reading an article. I thought I'll touch on a couple of the points, right? The person writing this article, I don't know where this person is leaning. I'm not supporting his personal opinions, as well as there are perhaps more reasons than just chlorine wash. What about manure? Do not send it across. Keep it in the US if you can. We're good in the EU and or in the UK. Let's close on that. Thanks for watching. See you next one.